First of all, good evening. I have to read few names. One second. Okay. The shiur tonight is Refuah Shlema to Bechor ben Kitzia, Nathaniel, Yosef ben Adina, Israel ben Shura, Yona ben Leah, Ilanit, Sarah bat Leah, Elnatan ben Leah.
Amen.
And also Bracha bat Yvette Rina bat Sivia. Hashem should give them children, Be'ezrat Hashem, fast. Be'ezrat Hashem. Good. There is a yeshiva in Brooklyn called Yeshivat Mir Yeshiva. The Rosh Yeshiva used to be Rab Shmuel Birenboim, and I remember by the time that he was the sandak of my grandchild, that later on, when he was Bachur, he learned in the yeshiva. Shmuel was still from the people who came from China, they went from Russia to Japan, to China, and then they came to America. But he had a crisis in his life at the time that he came to be the sandak. It was right after the Shiva of his son. He lost 2 boys while he's still alive. So he was talking in the funeral and listen to what he says, and it's a very good shiur for all of us. If you remember when the Torah says that Yitzchak, when he became old, he became blind. Rashi is saying something else. Rashi is saying on the spot, when Abraham Avinu wanted to shecht Yitzchak on the altar, in this hour, the sky opened and the angels were looking down and they saw what's going on. They started to cry. And the tears of the angels got into the eyes of Yitzchak. That's why he became blind. His vision was not that good. And this is what he is talking in the funeral of his own son. And he was asking a question, why the sky have to open up? The angels that don't see from top what's going on here, they have to open the sky. And he brought a very good, there is a Ramban, Rav Moshe ben Nachman. He had a student that he passed away in very young age, and the Ramban knows that he's not going to make it. And before he passed away, he gave him a paper with questions. He said, when you get up there, show them the paper. They're going to open up for you all the gates I sent you. And you ask the questions that I'm telling you to ask, and you come back in my dream and you tell me what I told you. And the student passed away, and by the Shiva he came to the Ramban, and the Ramban told him, no, what happened? He said, met with the paper that you gave me, all the gates were opening, like easy pass. Up, open, up, open. Nobody asked me question. I didn't get even to the Beit Din. He says, okay, but what about the questions that I ask you? He says, after there is no questions. So I have no answer. Because what you're asking over there, it's not a question. So Rav Shmuel Birenboim, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, he was saying from this Ramban that the angels wanted to see what's going on down there. They had to open the sky for them, because for them it was not even, they didn't move them even a bit, because it's not a question. They know what's going on. They know why Hashem did it to Abraham. That's why Hashem opened up the sky. He said, I want you to look down how my people down there, how they look at the situation. And when the angels saw how we seeing the suffering that we're going through, they started to cry for us. They say, Oy vavoy, miskenim. They don't know the truth. That's why they're crying, and we're complaining why suffering so much we have. Even the angels cried. They said, now we understand where is the mixing up. But if the sky were closed and they will see it from there, they will not even shed even one tear. They say, it's big deal. Abraham took his son to slaughter. What's the big deal? We know why. We know why. So the Rav was saying in the funeral, in our world also, there are things that we understand after a while, and there are things that you're going to understand only be'olam ha'emet, only up there. The answer, you're not going to have it over here. And I don't want to tell you, it's not such a joke, but may sound like one. It was in Auschwitz, was Rav Mises. So once he snuck a talis into the camp, which was Asur. What did he do? he made the talis like a tzitzis that you wear on the body, and he was hiding it under his shirt. So they should not see that he has the talis. One of the guards saw that something is wrong. He is too fat. And he lifts up his shirt and he sees the talis. And he starts to bang him, and he told him, "What is this?" So I told him, you know, if you want to know really what is this, he told me, if you have questions, yeah, he says, even the makotet you gave me now, it's for the good. I have no doubt that everything is from Hashem. He said, even when it was difficult, he said, my grandfather taught me not to ask any questions. He said, if you're so curious to know the answer, and now he's talking to the guard, if you're so curious, Hashem will come and will take you, and then you will know all the answers. That's what you want? He was talking to the guard. He said, where is your Hashem that you're saying that is so good to you? He says, we know is good. If you want to know, ask him. And in order to answer you, he have to take you up there. Then you will understand. That's what you want. So he told them, you smart, you. And what Rav Birenbaum said is so good to us. So realistic. So exciting. Every day we're having a questions. Aren't we all having a question every day?
Yes, Rose.
Do we have any answers?
No.
Already for 1 week, I'm trying to calm you down, but answers I don't have. Did you pay attention?
Yes.
I have no answers. I just want to teach you how to accept things in a different perspective, actually. But the answers, we don't understand anything. But you have to understand that up there is no questions. Everything is very, very clear. So in order to bring the angels to understand what we're going through, Hashem has to open the sky and say, look, in what world my children has to live, they are clueless. So now they understand us, the angels understand us, and they can cry for us. So we have to know there is no claims, no complaints, no questions, because we will never know the answer. Some of them we will know after many years. Some of them we have to wait until we'll get up there, and then you have no questions at all. all the questions will disappear automatically. So now, at least I can comfort all of us to know that we have very small eyes. Our vision is very limited, and we cannot see from far away. And we don't know what Hashem's plan is. But time will come, Bezrat Hashem, that Hashem will open up our eyes and we'll see everything. And David HaMelech saying it. בשוב השם את שיבת ציון, היינו כחולמים. When the world will come to an end, we will feel like we woke up from a long, long dream. היינו כחולמים. We were in the middle of a dream. אז ימלא שחוק פינו. We're going to laugh at ourselves and say, oh. Now I understand what went on over here. Why? It was a joke. It was a joke. And we're going to start to sing Ulshonenu Rina. And we're going to sing. So now, there is so much to say. I don't know even where to start and where to end. Okay? Tell me something. There is Admor Megur. And listen to the question that he's saying. In Aleinu Leshabeach, we ending the tefillah. How do we end the tefillah every day? No.
ושמו אחד.
ושמו אחד.
ביום ההוא יהיה השם אחד ושמו אחד. שואל לשפת אמת, the Admor Migur, he said, what? Hashem now is not one? And his name is not one? Why we have to wait until after the Mashiach will come? Right now Hashem is not one? Why are we saying Bayom Hahu? At that day? Very good question. Extremely good question. So the Gemara says, Masechet Pesachim, the Gemara says, Amar Abacha, Lo ka'olam hazeh olam haba. Olam hazeh and olam haba is two different entities. In this world, when you get something good, you say Shehecheyanu, you say Atov ve'ametiv. But when you hear something bad, for example, somebody passed away, are you saying Atov ve'ametiv? You saying Shehecheyanu?
No.
What do you say?
Baruch Dayan Haimoff.
Baruch Dayan Haimoff. But we know that whatever Hashem does, everything is for the good. So if somebody passed away, say Shehecheyanu. Because it's for the good. Why don't we say, why we saying Baruch Dayan Haemet?
Hashem can judge what's taken, Nora.
Because we limit it. After all, the body limiting us, we are, the material don't let us see the truth. So you cannot say when somebody passed away, I can say Shehecheyanu besimcha. It will not happen. We're going to lie to ourselves. We're going to lie to ourselves. So we're saying Baruch Dayan Haemet. I know that whatever Hashem does is emet, right? But my pain, I still have because I'm a human being. I know it's for the good, but at the moment I don't see it. So what can I say? I sing it? No. So what are we finding out? What the Gemara wants to say? In our world, no matter who you are, you cannot neglect the fact that sometimes we have pain, we have suffering, we have times which are not so good, we're not in a good mood. There are something like that. But when the time will come, you will understand.
Excuse me, Harab, but does that mean we don't have enough emunah?
No.
Okay.
You know that everything is for the good, you know.
Right.
You know that Hashem did justice, we know.
We
But
know.
can we say we don't have pain?
It's tough. It's tough.
You cannot say this.
But the more that I have emunah, the less pain I am in. For me.
But the pain is still there.
Right.
Each one to his own extent. You see, the Torah wants to be very realistic. Don't live on, that we are. It hurts. Yes. When I have a difficult child, I'm saying, Shehecheyanu.
No.
No, we know that. But we want to tell you that one day, if not in this world, and we're hoping that we're going to see all the good in this world, but for sure, after 120 days, everything will be so clear that you're going to say, then you're going to see the real chesed of Hashem. Right now, we're not able to see it because our vision is very short. Okay. And I want to read you something. Where is it? One second. Here is what the Ramchal saying במסילת ישרים. There is a book called מסילת ישרים, Rab Moshe Chaim Luzzatto. And listen to what he says. אפילו הצער ההוא, הדוחק הנראה בעיניו כרעה. Sometimes a person באמת have pain in life. He said, why Hashem give this to me? What did I do? Why do I deserve this? So he said, איננו באמת אלא טובה אמיתית. He said, did you want to know the truth? Is the good, is the best of the best for you. And he brings example. A doctor, when he is doing operation, or he's cutting part of your leg, because he say, if I don't cut the leg, you're gonna die. So what do we see? What do we see?
The leg is being cut off and he's being
The
punished.
leg is being cut off. That's where we concentrate on. He lost a leg. Yeah, but he gained the body. He will continue to live.
But we focus on what we're losing.
So, in our eyes, the doctor is achzar, is he wicked, is he cruel? How can you cut it? Where is your heart? So the deed, meaning when he's taking the knife and he's saying, okay, hold his foot, I have to cut it like a carpenter. If a person coming from the outside is saying, he's worse than the cannibals. Why is he cutting the legs? So the maaseh, meaning the action, is wicked. What's the outcome?
Saving his life.
Saving your life. So sometimes Hashem to be, as we say, call it any name that you want, hurting us, has to cut. He said, I'm cutting, yes, what I'm doing, the action is tough, not pleasant. But you know what's going to be the outcome? I'm saving you. So don't look at my action, look at the results you're going to look. And now, when you'll find out that this is the case, are you going to hate the doctor or you're going to say thank you to the doctor?
You're going to thank the doctor.
And pay him also. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Hashem says, don't pay me. Just say thank you. That's all. When the sick person will find out that the doctor had to cut his leg because otherwise you're going to wind up in the cemetery, he'll say to the doctor 50 times, thank you very much. So now the Ramchal saying, Ken hadavar hazeh. Same way we have to adapt it in our own life. That a person has to think all the time, whatever Hashem does to me, it's operation. And it's for your own good. If it's your body, if it's your money, and even though I don't see it, why me? And I don't understand it. I don't see where is the good over here. I don't see good. I see darkness, I see. Vadai tovato. He said, Vadai is for your own good. So I really don't want to talk about the Holocaust because that's what's after we'll depart from this world, we will know the whole picture what went on there. I want to read you something. A person wrote a letter to the Lubavitcher Admor Milubavitch. He wrote him a letter. And here is the letter. He says, for the Rav, my life is so difficult. My parnasa is, I don't know what to do. Baruch Hashem, I have a big family. I have 10 kids. But the parnasa is very, very schwach. Penny by penny I have to work. And I need a bigger space. I cannot extend my house because I don't have the money and everybody is packed. It's too tight in the house. And I have no day and no nights for worries. What shall I do? Listen to the answer of the Admor. He sent them back a letter. He says, first of all, I want to wish you a mazel tov that you got married. He has 10 kids already. Mazel tov that you found a wife and you got married. Ubaruch Hashem that you found a good wife. And I understand from your letter that you have your own house. What many people don't have this. And you have the merit that Hashem gave you the ability to buy a house. Ishkoyach. And I want to wish you mazel tov on the boys and the girls that you have. That many people are still waiting to have what you have and they don't have. And the Admor itself didn't have children. Listen who is writing back. The Admor himself didn't have a child, and a person have 10 children, sending him a letter, I have no day and no nights. And the Admor says, many people I know, they're still waiting to have one child, waiting to have your problems. He says, so my advice to you, after you will finish to thank Hashem on all the good that He gave you, then you will start thinking what else you're missing. What a wise answer. When I saw this, I said, such a wise man. We have so much good, so much. If something is not there, we're losing it. Come on. He says, so take a pen and a paper, write down how much good you have. You found a wife? Yes. You have a child? Yes. How many? Baruch Hashem, he had 10 children. Baruch Hashem. 10 times his wife went to the hospital, she came back alive with a baby. and the kids are fine, are okay, healthy. Write
Wow.
it down, write it down.
What a miracle.
Are you going to yeshiva? Are they going to yeshivot? Yes. Are you paying for yeshivot? Yes, more or less, I'm paying. Okay, everything is okay with it. What's wrong with you? In Tehillim, Tehillim Lamet is a mizmor that we sing in Hanukkah when we're lighting the candles. Mizmor Shir Chanukat Habayit LeDavid. Whoa. What David HaMelech saying over there? Mizmor Shir Chanukat Habayit LeDavid. He is doing Chanukat Habayit. Hashem told them, you put a foundation for the Bet HaMikdash. So what we think that David HaMelech will sing?
He will be upset that he can't actually build the Beit HaMikdash.
No, he says, Hashem, you say. Pitom you see, Shivati alecha vatirpaeni. I was praying to you and you made me healthy. Hashem, elita min she'ol nafshi. My neshama was all the way down beginam and you lifted up. Chitani miyar dibor. This is the question of Rav Shach. He says, what does this have to do with Chanukat Habayit? And the matter is, the nature of a person is, when we have 100, we want already 200. And we have 200, already we jump to 400. Yeah?
Yes,
When you have 400,
we want 800.
and then it goes to 1600, and then it goes to 32. Yes? And then to 64. You jumping higher, and you're never satisfied. So that's what we said yesterday. Nobody is satisfied in this world. And everybody say, if I'll have this, I'll have better life. And we still going and going. And Rav Shach says, I can be a witness. Everybody is suffering. There is no one person that we know in this world. Show me one that he'll tell you that he doesn't have suffering at all. Is there a person like that?
No, I think we all suffer in different ways. Not suffer,
you
but
have-
challenges.
One, please give me a call. There is no one person that we know that is not going through hardships. Each one in his own ways.
Not everybody sees this, Rabbi. Some
Everybody,
people- yeah.
each one missing something. You
Not
cannot
everybody-
say, I'm complete, I have everything that I need. Very.
Yeah, but not everybody sees the difficulty in other people. They think maybe they have everything.
That's the
They're
problem.
perfect. Yeah,
That's the problem.
they have no problem. Their life is perfect. Yeah. Maybe they show from out they're good, but everybody has a problem.
You see, even me, I have two pair of glasses, one for this, one for that. You know, sometimes you have to change your glasses because the vision is limited.
Right.
Wait till they get to be our age, right?
Look
Still
what Rav
understand.
Sheikh says. Even though outside you see everybody is fine, you know, sometimes I'm going to a wedding, I know everybody there. And I know already how many times they've been in my office, all the problems I know from A to Z. You see them there, Romeo and Juliet. באמת.
Oh,
As actresses and actors.
מה זה acting? השתבח שמו. Even Broadway, they cannot play so good. And other people seeing it, and they don't know what's going on. I know. And she's saying to the husband, you see? You see how happy they are? Well, happy. Everybody has his pekale. Everybody has his own. Did you see once Hashem will leave a person unemployed? Sometimes we think, you know, the children will get married. Khalas. Zeu. Pitome, you see the problems are mounting up even before say, you know what, it's better to send them to school. The husband is this, his wife is like that. But again, you don't know even what, everybody has problems. The question is how to deal with that. One have tsar gidul banim, he has a problem with his kids. The other one has a son which is sick. The other one has no parnasa. And so on and so on. So how can a person be happy? And he said, you know, Baruch Hashem, everything is fine, everything is okay. How can it be? You always feel that you're missing something. That's David HaMelech says. Mizmor, I'm singing. Shir Chanukat Habayit LeDavid. When a person wants to be happy and sing, that is the way. What is this? Aromimcha Hashem ki dilitani. The whole mizmor over there. Maybe you have the Tehillim. Huh?
Yes.
Yes,
Please,
I
if
have
you can say it in English so everybody will understand what I'm talking about. I know it. Belashon HaKodesh, so for me it's easy. For you it will be difficult, so please.
A song for the inauguration of the temple by David.
Okay.
I will exalt you, Hashem, for you have drawn me up and not let my foes rejoice over me. Hashem, my God, I cried out to you and you healed me. Hashem, you have raised up my soul from the lower world. You have preserved me from my descent to the pit. Sing to Hashem, his devout ones, and give thanks to his holy name. For his anger endures but a moment. Life results from his favor. In the evening, he lies down weeping. One lies down weeping, but with dawn, a cry of joy. I had said in my serenity, I would never falter. But Hashem, all is through your favor. You supported my greatness with might. Should you but conceal your face, I would be confounded. To you, Hashem, I would call, and to my Lord I would appeal. What gain is there in my death, in my descent to the pit? With the dust, will the dust acknowledge you? Will it declare your truth? Hear Hashem and favor me, Hashem, be my helper. For you have changed for me my lament into dancing. You undid my sackcloth and girded me with gladness, so that my soul might sing to you and not be stilled. Hashem, my God, forever will I thank you.
What David HaMelech saying? Let me interpret it in our language. David HaMelech saying, when you have $100, be happy that you don't have 50. Thank God I have 100. When you have 200, say thank you to Hashem that He gave you 200 and not 100. When you're building your house or you're buying a house, don't look over there that your friend has a bigger house than you. You have to think about the people that are much worse than you. The homeless, the people in the shelters, in the apartment that they have to smell all the food of all the apartments over there. At least you have a house. Think about the sick ones. You're healthy, you're going to work, you're healthy. And people who are in the ICU, they are in a very, very bad situation. On the poor ones. And all the people that don't have what you have, why are you complaining? What else do you want? Then your simcha will be complete. Meaning, David HaMelech wants to tell us, if you want to have Hanukkah in your house, Mizmor, to sing in your house, always look on the positive side. Don't you dare look on the negative side. That's how you deal with difficult times. Yes, difficult. Are not all your children are ADHD? No, there is only one. But you have other 3 or 4 that are fine. So, at least say thank you that you have a child. 4 of them are fine. 1 of them, thank God I have a child, number 5. He is healthy? Yes. He's healthy. So why are we saying that we're having a tough time? You know, I saw something very nice. You know, every Friday night, we have a mitzvah to bless our children. And what is the blessing?
Ephraim and Menashe.
To the boys.
And to the girls.
V'simcha Elokim ke'Ephraim ve'chi Menashe. Why them?
Because they didn't have Sinat Chinam?
because with
Oh.
the challenges they overcame and they kept their faith.
Issachar was Talmid Chacham. Bless your son, be Issachar. To be like Yehuda, like Yosef, a tzaddik. And if you know the Lashon HaKodesh well, it's written there, not he blessed Ephraim before Menashe. It says, Vayasem et Ephraim b'fnei Menashe. He placed Ephraim before Menashe. What was the argument between Yosef and his father?
How could you bless the younger son and not Noah?
Yes. But Yaakov looked at it in completely different vision. Listen, carefully listen. Why? Who was the firstborn of Yosef?
Menashe.
Reuven.
No, Menashe.
Yosef.
Oh, Joseph. Oh, okay.
Menashe was the firstborn. Why? He put his name to remind himself that he was sold, he was disconnected from his home, and he came to Egypt, right? Ki nashani Elokim. Hashem separated me. And Ephraim, he said, Ki Ifrani Elokim be'eretz oni. Hashem was very nice to me in Egypt.
Orlando.
Yaakov come and he's saying to Yosef, I don't like what you're doing. Yosef said, this is the Bechor. What was the argument? Yosef said, first you have to see Choshech, the darkness, and then lo nikara or ela mitoch hachoshech, because Menashe, I will appreciate Ephraim. Yaakov says, no, I'm your father, I'll teach you. Vayasem et Ephraim lifnei Menashe. You placed Ephraim before Menashe. You have to remember the good things first, not the bad things first. That was the argument between the father and the son. And Yaakov said to him 2 times, Yadati. David. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I did it for you already.
Sorry.
Okay. What we know over here? Oh, okay, 1 second. Good, okay. So now Yaakov wanted to teach us, and that's what we have to bless our kids every Friday night, Ephraim and Menashe. If you want a child to be a normal child, to tell them always remember the good things. Leave Menashe in the back. Ephraim should be first. Meaning always look on the cup that is half full. Don't look at the half empty. That's why we suffer, because we say we want the cup to be full up to the end. Hashem says, not by me. By me, always you're gonna have a cup that it's missing. I want to see how you're going to approach the cup. Are you going to say thank you for what you have in the cup? Or you're going to complain why the cup is not complete? Usually what we do.
Complain why it's not complete.
Ah,
We complain why it's not complete, the cup. We don't see it as half full.
and then we are getting upset on our kids when they comparing, mommy, his pizza is bigger than I am.
Yes, Rav, because we
Right?
haven't, yes, because we haven't mastered the skill ourselves.
It's about you have a pizza, other kids will die to have what you have.
But doesn't it pull us to do better? Doesn't it make us improve by looking at what we could have? So it pushes us to do better. But then if we're happy with what we have, and I am grateful for everything that I have, but it keeps us constant. Like, why should I strive to get more if I'm good where I am?
Get more what?
Like, for instance, like I tell my son, okay, so you got this grade. And he seems to be happy with a 60 sometimes. So I tell him, you need to strive to get more and strive to get more. So isn't that what we're supposed to be learning as well? Like, we need to, yes, we should be grateful where we are, but we need to strive for more, no?
In what expense?
Okay,
If he'll get 80 in math, he'll be a better Jew.
No, but it's not because of that. It's because that he's not striving to learn more.
Don't worry about
If he's doing his best, I understand. But if he's not, he's slacking. We need to push yourself.
Don't push the child. They'll go out of it.
But doesn't it pile up?
I'll tell you what we have to emphasize all the time to be a person.
But shouldn't we be a hardworking person? We should do our effort now. Like
we learned today at 1:00. If you believe in Hashem, right? Mm-hmm. That Hashem has signed for you Parnasah already in Rosh Hashanah. If you work 2 hours a day or 10 hours a day, it's going to be the same.
But we're saying to do the Ishtadlut, otherwise we're not going to get it anyway.
So who said that you have to do Ishtadlut for 10 hours a day?
So what do I have to tell my child? We need to do something. I don't know. Because my fear is that they grow up and they're not going to put the effort in. They're going to be, okay, I am where I am. That's it.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, but Ralph, can I ask a question about that?
Yes, but let me answer back.
Sorry.
The reality, we slap everybody at the end. You know that. So they'll better know it on their own, right? And tomorrow they're not going to come back to you and say, you pushed me, you did. We're not going to push you. We'll be a cheerleader. Cheerleader, yes. Pushing, no. Yes, Tamara.
So in terms of like what the Rav said about the Parnasa and the hours, how much we work, how do we know how much effort is enough and how much is not? Meaning like when we put in enough effort, and that's where I like always question, like, how do I know that I did my part? And I'm not just like slacking.
David, please mute yourself, please.
I have a question, Kudal.
Me too. 1 second. Now, I have a question. Is going to work is a blessing that we got from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, or it's a curse?
I mean,
So it
technically,
depends how
according
you look
to
at it.
yeah.
It's a curse because it's like Mitzrayim, because but it's a blessing because it's a way to provide.
Again, when Hashem said to Adam, "Bezeat apecha tochal lachem,"
It's a curse.
it's a curse. So you have to choose if I want to be cursed for 10 hours a day, or I want to be cursed for 3 hours a day. Okay.
Yeah, but obviously we don't want to be cursed for 10 hours a day, for instance. But even like just speaking like numbers wise, let's say you're told if you work a full day, this is your salary. If you work a half a day, this is your salary, right? And the half a day salary doesn't work for your family, and the full day does. But the full day is an exhausting, draining day. And you want that half a day, but the numbers are not what's making sense. What do you do? Like, how do you approach that? And in the back of your mind say, Hashem already decided how much I should get. It's such a puzzling question to me.
Yeah. So again, it depends on the level of the emunah and bitachon that you're having in Hashem. There is, to all of you, I advise to continue the same way. Because to get to what I'm saying, you have to be toiled in Torah, mamash toiled. Because to understand that Hashem already assigned for you, and if you working, and the husband also is working, they assigned for your family. Let's say, for example, that's what I said today, $150,000 a year. Actually, it's the job of your husband. Hashem will give it to him. So you decided to come and to help him, okay? So the 150 will be divided now. You'll make 60, he will make 90, and it will make 150. If you stay home, so he will make it. To tell you to do it, I will not tell you to do it, because I don't know what is the level, the emunah and the bitachon that you have. So Hashem works accordingly, right? Accordingly. The more you have emunah, the more Hashem will take you one step above nature and going up and up and up. And some people do halal, they out, they do it fine. But we are not there yet. No one should try it. Yeah.
So, Rabbi, the fact that I don't pick up overtime, I'm actually making my husband richer?
He will become the main provider. Because actually the job to provide is his job. And when Hashem assigned you the parnasah from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah, is assigned it to him. But if you're coming to help him, so you taking from him, okay? But the amount will be the same amount.
But then, is it the amount that's the same after the expenses? So as far as I understand, if both are working after the expenses, it's going to be the same amount as.
Doesn't make a difference. The Hashem assigned for them $150,000. That's the example. Okay, so did you understand the Menashe and Ephraim?
That you have to be happy and then you can deal with the difficulty, Rav?
Because the Torah didn't say, Vayevarech et Ephraim lifnei Menashe. He didn't bless Ephraim before Menashe. Said Vayasem, he placed Ephraim before Menashe. He said, in your lifetime, you place the good things first, and then if you have time, you think what you're missing.
Missing like challenges or missing what you're lacking? What you want.
What you're missing, maybe in another car or this, but you have a car.
As you should count your blessings first.
Yes.
Mhm.
Some people don't have a car.
Right.
And you have one car and you're fighting with your husband all day, right?
Who gets the car?
Who gets the car and another car? This is, we have a lot of thinking to do. Why are we complaining so much? Because every crisis, it's not a crisis.
It's what we make out of it.
I saw something very nice, and with this we will end. A person was crying, he was so poor, he didn't have even shoes. He was going barefooted. And he said, Moshe Olam, why can't you give me a pair of shoes? Moshe Olam, what am I asking already? Pair of shoes. Until one day he went outside and he saw a person without two legs.
Right.
He said, wow, I'm crying for shoes. At least I have my legs. He has to cry for legs, this guy. I have legs. What am I complaining about? And Hashem sent Eliyahu and Navi to Rabbi Akiva and to his wife, the newlywed, to tell them you're not that bad. There are people that are worse than you. We have to start to register that we haven't get very good, actually.
Can I say a quick
Yeah.
2 sentences? Devorah told me a mutual friend, a Rab in Israel, his sister has 11 children, and her refrigerator broke. They live in Jerusalem. Her refrigerator broke, and she said, Baruch Hashem, it's winter, it's not summer.
Positive attitude.
She was grateful that at least it was winter.
I'll tell you something. I think I told you once, I'll tell you again. The Rosh Yeshiva of Lakewood now is Rav Malkiel, is Rosh Yeshiva. The grandfather was Aaron. His father was, the son was Rav Shneur. Rav Shneur Razeh had a child, a boy, very sharp. Not too many people knows about it, but the child passed away. Rav Malkiel had a brother that he lost. Actually, he is the younger one. And he became the Rosh Yeshiva after his father. Rav Shneur was devastated. His best son that he has so many hopes, so much hope that he will take over the yeshiva after him, passed away. You can imagine how many people came to the house to be Menachem Avelim, right? Here comes the Admor. Admor walks in. Admor mi Bolozhov. It's a place. And everybody moved, the Admorim, they have kara, everybody moved, they put the Admor right in front of Rab Shneur. And the Admor started to talk. He says, Rab Shneur, I see that you are in a big pain, obviously. I'm jealous at you. Can you be jealous at a person that lost a child? What there is to be jealous about? Everybody kept quiet. Pitome nobody understood what the Admor is saying. And Rab Shneur looking at the Admor, not saying one word, but he says, what there is to be jealous at me? And he told them, the Rosh Yeshiva, I had once a daughter, special one, tzadeket, beautiful girl. And she was a mother. And she has a daughter. And both of them, the mother and the daughter, my daughter and my granddaughter, both of them been took away by the Nazis. And I don't know where they buried. I don't know what happened to them. You at least, you know when your child passed away. You have the date. I don't have date. When shall I say Kaddish? I don't know. When is the Yosai? I don't know. At least you have a grave that you can go and pray. Where shall I go? I don't know even where they buried, if they buried Bichlal. You have grandchildren that will give you nachat. I don't have nothing of the above. Now you understand why I'm jealous at you? This Admor, I'm telling you, the words that he said, he left right after the Shiva. Rav Shneur picked up the phone and he's calling the Admor. And this is what he told him. He said, you brighten my eyes, you brighten. He said, from the moment that you said what you said, all my approach changed. It was the biggest comfort that everybody could. He said, I want to thank you that you came. I changed my view totally. Now I know that your situation is much worse than I am. You see what a level? How can they see from the dark that he is sitting in such a pain? Told him, this is a pain, this is a pain. Look at me. And he came to comfort him. That's the beauty of it. He came to comfort him. So you can imagine what friends they became after all this. We have to learn from all this. Even the crisis that we call it, are people having it much worse than this. And Hashem has his own cheshbonot. But see what we have from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why are we complaining on what we don't have? That's the mentality that we have to adapt. And with this, I will tell you Shabbat Shalom. It was very nice talking to you as usual.
Thank you, Kol Harav. We needed this chizuk.
Thank you,
And I'll
Rabbi.
see you Motzei Shabbat, Im Yirtzeh Hashem.
9:00,
Motzei
Rabbi.
Shabbat at 9 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
We'll
Thank you,
continue.
Rabbi.
B'ezrat Hashem.
Thank you so
Shabbat
much.
Shalom, Kol
Rabbi.
Harav.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Thank you.
It was
My
our
Thank you,
pleasure.
Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you. Shabbat
Thank you
Shalom,
for
everybody.
listening. Thank you. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.